everybody, Jeff Heaton here with Midwest Whitetail Obsession YouTube channel videos. So today I'm going to tell you about kind of what got me involved in trying to video my own hunts and what made the decision easy for me. I'm also going to go through kind of a step-by-step sequence of how I plan to do the videoing of my hunts, and I'll tell you where I got the information. Also, I'm going to kind of explain a little bit of my top priorities and how they tie into this. So, going into this, I got the Google machine out and I asked a simple question: how do I start filming my own deer hunt? The number one link that popped up was GoMuddy.com, and on GoMuddy.com they had a little column with basically what they did was they asked the same question: how do I start filming my own hunts? And then they went through and listed a whole bunch of stuff, and then they listed a whole bunch of equipment, things like that you might need to start filming your own hunts. Me, I'm a minimalist. I went and got what I expect I'm going to need, which is a non-GoPro active cam. It's a 4K HD, Ultra HD active cam, which I'm using for this video. And I have a digital video camera already. And I have my phone. So I have multiple outlets to use, and I have a laptop. So I have that. And I'm going to post it on social media on YouTube.com. On YouTube, on Facebook. I created a Facebook page, Midwest Whitetail Obsession, on Facebook. I also have an email address at midwestwhitetailobsession@gmail.com. If you have questions, concerns, comments, or you just want to see if maybe I can film you, shoot me a message on the email or leave a comment on the YouTube page or the Facebook page, please. And if you have friends and family that are hunters and you think they might be interested, share the page. Share the YouTube page, share the Facebook page, or just give them my email address and say, hey, this guy's videoing his hunts. I'm not a kid anymore, I guess, but I am a kid. I'm a kid at heart. Guys are all kids at heart. Anyway, so I got on the Google machine and asked the question: how do I start filming my hunts? They sent me to GoMuddy.com. Muddy Outdoors, they make trail cameras, video camera arms to attach to a tree. They make hunting blinds, tree stands, things like that. Everything outdoors that you can need, Muddy Outdoors probably has it. But they had a video on there that basically went step by step, all the film footage sequences that all the TV shows you see every week on the hunting channels. Every one of those guys go through this filming sequence and they do it perfectly every single time, it seems like. It's a lot of editing and afterthought after doing all the filming and stuff, but it still ties into the same. So I went through and I wrote down every single thing that they did to create good film. And I wrote it down, so I'm going to share it with you. If you want to film your own hunts, this is stuff you need. Or you can go to GoMuddy.com just like I did and look it up just like I did. But the first thing they do on every TV show I've ever seen is they film them getting ready, driving their truck to the hunting location, getting to the hunting location and getting out of the truck, getting their gear on, getting their camo and stuff on, spraying down with scent cover, getting their rifle or bow ready, and then walking away from the truck. Second thing they do is an opening interview where they talk about the area they're hunting in, what kind of deer activity they've been seeing on trail cameras, why they're hunting in the tree stand they're hunting in that night because of wind direction, and they tell the wind direction. They tell what time of year it is, the pre-rut, the rut, or the post-rut. It just depends on what season it is. They do all that in the opening interview, and then they do a walking in and setup film footage, which is you walking to your tree stand. They basically set the camera up and you walk past it, showing little snippets of scenery as you walk past. Head into your tree stand, and then they show, when you get to your tree stand location, they show you walking up to your tree, getting ready to climb up. And then comes the next thing, the second interview from the tree stand. You're going to have your cameras all set up. One camera showing the ground level, one camera on you, showing you, which I'm going to use my active cam to show me, and my other digital camera to film the footage from the ground. And what I hope to get is some good footage for you, but I'm going to do my second interviews on my active cam, which they reiterate everything they did in the first interview. They talk about the wind direction, the climate, time of year, and what they've been seeing from this stand, and what they hope to see that night for that hunt, or that day for that hunt. That specific hunting time period they're talking about in the second interview. The next thing they do is some cutaways from the stand, which could be glassing with binoculars. It could be just little film clips like that with you with a rangefinder, checking the wind direction with your puffers. Also, just like little scenery shots, a squirrel running below your tree stand, leaf on the tree limb right by the camera blowing, little things like that. Just little things that kind of show the beauty of the outdoors. Could be in the cutaways. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to film the deer coming in. And it could be does, bucks, anything like that. Me, I'm a meat hunter, so I can't eat horns, but I love seeing them. So if they come, great. If they don't, I'm going to shoot a doe. I'm going to feed my family. But you film the deer. They're coming in. You film them the whole time. You film them when you're going to, if you've decided to take a shot, you got to film the shot. You got to make sure the shot is in the frame. So there's a lot of little key aspects that go into filming the deer. But if you shoot a deer on film, awesome. And then from there, you go into the next steps. If you shot a deer, you got to film your reaction interview. You're excited. You just smoked a deer. I just smoked the biggest deer of my life. You see it on every hunting channel. They do a reaction interview. The next thing is you got to film staged cutaways after the shot. So like, okay, you've already shot the deer. You know you hit it. You got some time before you got to go find the deer anyway, so you might as well use that time to do some more filming for the after shot cutaways. Like using your rangefinder to range and say, he's at 45 yards, he's at 30 yards now, I'm gonna shoot him now. And then pulling your bow and pulling back and firing a shot on the film of you just filming you shooting. And then you can go back later and you can edit. This is all done as an afterthought, and then you go back later and you edit the film to make it look like it happened at the time. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to film yourself climbing down. And me personally, I like the option to do multiple angles. So I'm going to film myself from the top angle climbing down, and I'm going to film myself from the bottom angle climbing down, so that when I get down, I can do an interview at the base of the tree and say, hey, I just shot a deer at 25 yards, 30 yards, or however far away. Let's go find our first blood or our first arrow, or first blood or arrow, and see what kind of blood we got on it, and find a blood trail and see if we can go find this deer. From there, that leads us to the next step, the tracking footage. You're going to film yourself tracking the animal. You're going to film yourself finding the first blood or finding the arrow and tracking the blood trail to find the deer. You're going to set your camera up. You're going to follow the blood trail, and then you'll have to set your camera up and then come back, and you'll have to film yourself on the blood trail saying there's blood, there's blood, there's blood. If you're filming yourself, you have someone else filming for you. It makes it a lot easier, but if you're doing it yourself, you got to do it yourself. Now, that being said, you're going to go and you're going to see the deer, obviously, but you're going to want to film yourself reacting to finding the deer. So make sure you film yourself your reaction to finding the deer. It's very important. There he is. There he is. He's down right there. Got him. Things like that. People want to see that. After that, you're going to do an interview with the deer in hand. And you're going to want to showcase those antlers if it's got antlers, or you're going to want to showcase the shot placement on a doe. You're going to say, hey, this is a great doe. You're going to hold her head up, You're going to be proud of your accomplishment. And make sure you tell a story. The next thing you're going to do is some hero shots of just little, they can just be like little 1-second videos or just a snapshot of the deer itself, and just put the picture in there at the end as a little clip at the end where you're showing the deer. And then you're going to do extra cuts, like say you didn't like the way the interviews were worded, so you're going to go through and redo them. Or you're going to talk about, okay, now that we're done hunting here, or we've got our doe, that's it. The whole thing was, you want to make sure you do storytelling the whole time. So that's what the whole filming process is about, storytelling. So that being said, if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, or helpful tips, please like the YouTube channel, comment on it, or send me an email at MidwestWhitetailObsession@gmail.com, or like the Facebook page, share the Facebook page. And if you'd like for me to come video you hunting, film you hunting, comment or email me, whatever. I'd appreciate it. That'll end this video for today. If you can hear some howling and barking, that's my dog in the garage. Thanks, God bless, and always good hunting.